Banbury and Rugby. It was like chalk and cheese. Let's see which one was bad, which one was good. Welcome to PS2 Mini Games.
PS2 Mini Games.
Hello guys, welcome to PS2 Mini Games.
Hello!
This week will be quite the interesting episode. We'll go into it a bit of detail, but let's just say one of these places that I liked, one of these places that I'm not going back to ever again. We'll get to it. But last episode, which was the conversation about finances, like how much it's going to cost in the future for this channel, and why I do this, came out reasonably well. I always do these random episodes sometimes just to get it out there. Try to be a little transparent of what I have to do and what is achievable. And yeah, when I found out the number of 8791 for the rarities, I did piss myself laughing. I was like, why am I doing this? But I'm this deep in now. I'm not going to stop, so we will see how I do it. But yes, that was an enjoyable episode. I hope.
I like it!
As of recording, I haven't released that episode yet, so I'll just be brutally honest with that one. I'm hoping it went well for people who watched it.
I hate it!
Anyway, to be honest, we picked up 7 games between Rugby and Banbury, so actually quite a good 2 stores to go to. We will talk about Banbury first. The actual store was pretty decent, actually well organised, better. The actual town was a bit scary. How can I put this? There's only 3 places I have felt unsafe in the UK. One was Margate, which is one of the biggest shitholes I've ever been to. Blackpool, which is the biggest shithole I've ever been to. And if you live there, I apologise. It was. I'm going to upset so many people saying this, but it's just my opinion. It's an opinion. If you differ from that opinion, I apologise. But Blackpool was that rough. The pigeons had knives in Blackpool. That's how rough it was. That's how it felt. Margate was a close second for roughness. Let's see. Hull was not great either. I haven't been to Hull for the channel, but I've been to Hull personally, and yeah, Hull wasn't brilliant. Not Hull. Forgive me, not Hull. I have not been to Hull. Middlesbrough. That's the place I've been to. Not for the channel. I will only ever go back to Middlesbrough if I got a CEX. Besides that, I will never, ever go back to Middlesbrough. The only place I've seen a fist fight take place outside an ice skate rink. Just walking down an ice skate ring and there's these 2 people beating the living piss out of each other. It's like, oh, that's interesting. And then it's like, quickly, it's like, just get on the coach. That's a true story, by the way. That's an absolute true story. But anyway, Banbury is now the 4th place that I will never go back to. Not rough looking. Very unwelcoming. We'll go with that one. So I parked up, right? Made a very small walk to the store. Parked up, walked 50 feet. Someone was blasting what I'm going to describe as maybe like Indian, Pakistani based music. Someone was singing in like I'm guessing like an Indian, Pakistani dialect. Because obviously there's many different languages of India. So I don't want to offend anyone. And it was just blasting out a mat out the window on purpose. So that was quite a very antisocial thing to do. Walking past that. I get round the corner. I walk past 3 people who give me the look of death. I'm not looking at them, but they're just looking at me like I don't belong. I go around the corner to the CEX, looking at it. Outside the CEX, there are 2 benches. There was at least 4 to 5 people, maybe 10, sitting there in a gang. Some of them wearing full-on balaclavas, covering their face completely. Not in a religious base, like in a I'm a criminal, I don't want you to see my face feel. And they're standing outside CEX. At that point, I was like, fuck me, I don't want to be here. I walked inside CEX, one of the better stores I've been in. I was like, this is well organised, what the fuck? So the actual store was, I will go good. The actual store was good, but the Banbury, honestly, when I bought that stuff, I was like, we're getting the fuck out of here. We're getting the fuck out of here now. And honestly, for those who live in Banbury, it might be a nice place. I am never going back to Banbury. I was not welcomed anyway. Do I look weird? I don't think I look weird. I look like a normal human being. And I didn't feel safe. I'll be brutally honest. I did not feel safe in Banbury. And to put it this way, I'm a 6'1", built like a brick shithouse man. I can handle myself. And I still don't feel safe. Just going to leave it at that. It's weird, right? Because Dan, the games man, is taller than me, and obviously Dan is built like a brick shithouse. Dave, Dave, the editor, Dave, my editor, one of my best friends. Well, they're both my best friends anyway. He is also taller than me and a former security guard, and he's also built like a brick shithouse. I'm the shortest one at 6'1". So when I'm with them, I feel tiny. just these are facts. These are facts. Anyway, back to Banbury. So I'm not going better. If anyone lives in Banbury and finds that offensive, I'm sorry. It's just I was not welcomed. It felt like I was in the wrong part of town. Let's put it that way. And I was in the centre of Banbury. It was city centre, so town centre even. So and Banbury's very close to Oxford, so you would have thought Banbury would be like mid-upper class. Hell no. No. So anyway, but the CEX is good, and we picked up 3 games for that CEX. So if you can do the mathematics, we picked up 4 for rugby. That equals 7. Sorry, I'm in a full piss take mode today. So as I said, rugby was very nice. Felt very clean. Dare I say clean? Apart from the actual mall we went into with one of the worst car parks I've ever seen. But the store was good, and we got 4 games out of there, so that was quite fun. But as soon as you got out of the town centre rugby, it was very clean. yeah, very different, like yin and yang. So, mixed feelings on this trip. Let's put it that way. And I honestly, I'm never going back to Banbury ever again. The 4 places I will not go back to, unless it's CEX hunting, because yeah, Blackpool, Margate, Middlesbrough, and Banbury. Never going back to any of those 4 places ever again. One and done, unless I physically have to, or it's for the channel. That's the only reason I'm going back. Anyway, that's a bit of history for you. So, what we're going to do, we're going to basically throw in a commercial break right now, and we're going to come back and we go through the 7 games from each store. See you on the other side. Skadoosh.
Whoa. Color.
Hey, there's an easier way to get color. Get a Game Gear, the full color portable with over 150 games, like the new Echo, Mortal 2, and Sonic Triple Trouble. Sega!
And we're back. Hopefully, thankfully, maybe. Anyway, let's just go for the games one by one. As I said, games-wise, we did reasonably well. Specifically, some decent games here. No what they call rarities, but still what I would call an expensive game by old standards. So anyway, we'll go through one by one. Obviously, we do Banbury first. 3 games from Banbury. First one I was actually standard didn't own, but I didn't own. Madden 08. Obviously, American football game. Only worth 50p, but I needed it, so another game for the collection. Yay! My literal best friend's significant other, and also a very good friend of mine, is a fanatic American football fan. So I respect that. I like the idea of American football, but it's just too start, stop. And I actually learnt the rules of American football. For those who are curious what team I used to support, I am all about the Green Bay Packers. Now, to put it in context, no jokes about that, because you can make very easy homosexual jokes about that thing, but not for me. But Dave's probably going to supply something in just managing shouting out, Brett Favre! Brett Favre, football!
The Packers suck. Hey, oh yeah, hey there. Suck.
Game number 2, a game that I've never played for, but I'm actually quite curious for. Defender. Now, from the looks of this, obviously you're in a what is called a jet. Not so much a jet, a fighter jet. You know what I mean? But I'm like, it's not 2D. It's like 3D based. But I'm also curious. It's made by Midway. I'm going to assume this before their financial issues, where they completely do themselves. But it's only worth 150, so I don't know if it's going to be that good either. So I will look at this and see if it's worth anything. If anyone knows if it's a good game, please tell me. We'll find out. Last game from Banbury. Now, some of you might notice that I did say I've got all the Guitar Hero games now, but that was one I was missing. That's because when I recorded that, I already owned it. This was that one, Guitar Hero Greatest Hits. So I do actually own every Guitar Hero apart from the Australian exclusive one. I think that was, I think it's like Van Halen. I don't know, I'm going to have to Google that again, because obviously Australia was PAL, so I'm going to do some importing, hopefully. But Greatest Hits, obviously just a collection of all the supposed best songs in the Guitar Hero history, up to that point. You basically only buy this if you didn't buy the original games. Yeah, obviously having the habit, £15 might have been a bit strong for a Greatest Hits Guitar Hero. But, yeah. I will say one thing, though. For some reason, the manual is meaty. How much knowledge do you need to play Guitar Hero at this point? I mean, this is like the 8th game on the list, so a bit weird, but happy to have it as a collection. Now we go to the rugby side of CEXs. CEX Rugby was reasonably decent. I was getting tired by that point. I think this was the 4th CEX of that day. I was getting point. It was getting late. I was just starting to lose the will to live. Obviously, you'll see in the footage. We picked 4 games up from there. Now, I believe I don't own these, and I'll check on the shelves, but I didn't mind taking a gamble. Slam Tennis. I'm almost certain I don't own this. Well, another very generic tennis game. The graphics looks positively awful. 50 pence paid. Will I ever play it? No. Holy crap! They didn't put the disc in! For full disclosure, I never checked the really cheap games, like the 50 pence games, because I'm assuming they're going to have no manual and no disc. But I've just had a retro gator moment. They put a manual in. Hang about. Oh, hell no. Interesting. For full disclosure, I didn't check any of these, but I bought them, right? So, apparently, didn't put a disc in the Tennis Pro. Didn't put a disc in Kiri Mix. Give me. So, yeah, okay. So, I kept the receipt. This is where you always keep receipts. You know, I'm very happy you caught me doing this while recording. So, holy shit. So, I've just had a retro ghetto moment. So, apparently the 3 cheap games, which was Slam Tennis, Kiri Mix, and Pro Tennis, they didn't put a disc in any of them. And I was praising Rugby. They've quickly become one of the worst stores I ever went to. But the expensive game, Guitar Man, £35 paid, they put the disc in, but not the manual. So, I now have an issue. Because full disclosure, get the receipt. There you go. So, I'm assuming, point blank, how do you handle going to a CEX and trying to get a refund? Oh, wow! Trying to prove that there was no disc put in. Because they put the disc in the expensive one. So, which I'm probably going to trade back in because there's no manual. So, I'm genuinely stunned. As I said, I literally, and I did say beforehand, I was tired at that point. I didn't check anything, but this is I've never had this issue before. I've never had a problem where they've literally not put anything in. So they gave me the cases but not the discs. I am very lucky in many ways. I didn't buy any really a lot of games like expensive wise, and I'm very lucky that the expensive game they had to put the disc in. I know why. Do you know? I just realised the only reason this has got a disc in it because remember at CEX they keep the expensive games behind the counter, so they've already got the disc in the case because it's behind the counter. That's the only reason it's got a disc in. They would have missed this one too. So, I got screwed. Whew, okay, but obviously I can get a full refund on that. So I can get that money back, 35 quid. But these 3, I lost £7 in other words. I've lost worse than that, so that's not a horrific mistake, but yeah. I don't know what to say. Fuck it. I was having a good day up to that point. Jesus Christ. Right, so we will get money back for Guitar Man, or I'll just buy a manual from somebody. I was looking forward to Guitar Man. I was about to say good game, looks awesome, but yeah. So, I'm going to probably go to Screen CEX at some point and see if I can get money back on this, because, yeah. This is why you always keep the receipt, guys. This is why you always keep the receipt. Because I'm assuming I would get money back on it because it's weird. It's just super fucking weird. I'm sorry, Rugby, but you just became one of the worst stores I ever went to. this is actually a sad way to end this episode. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. Yeah. Never been screwed before. That's a new one. It's not that bad. It's not. I'm going to get the majority of the money back, but it's not the point. I've never. Yeah. How do you not put the games in the cases, but make me pay for it? How do you not do that? Anyway. So the future. So let me just check something quickly. For full disclosure, I'm now checking the games I got from Newmarket. They've all got them in. Good. So next episode will be Newmarket CEX. All the games actually have what they're supposed to have. Yeah. I might have put a complaint in. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good day. We acquired 4 out of 7 games, in theory. I'm going to take Guitaria Man back, so... See you later, guys. Bye.